Hello my friends, I am Sarah. Welcome to Grace in My Space. Today I'm really excited. We are going to take a tour of our property. We have 38 acres and it is definitely a haven for us, and we have developed a lot of the areas, but a lot of the areas were already put in place for us by the previous owners, and I'm really excited to show you around. So, welcome to our home. If you are new to my channel, then you may have missed last summer when I did a full property tour, so let me give you a quick little synopsis of our home. We moved in about 4 years ago to our 38-acre property, most of which is wooded with a small pond, a large garden area, some open field, and a lot of outdoor areas that were already established by the previous owners, which was amazing. It was such a blessing for them to have put so much thought and effort into adding various things across the property that we've enjoyed so much. On the property, we have pear trees, we have apple trees, we have completely redone a very large garden, and I'm really excited just to show you around what we've done, the changes that we've made these last 4 years. But first, let's head down to the pond. The previous owners added the stamped concrete walkway down to a little platform, and we have enjoyed just being able to look out over the pond, to fish, to enjoy the waterfall feature, and really take advantage of a really beautiful gift of God's creation. You're going to want to subscribe because these hydrangeas are going to soon be absolutely stunning. This is the time of year when they just start to bud out, and in just a few weeks we're going to have a spectacular show, and I can't wait to share it with you in a future video. Now let's head over to the garden. The previous owners had a humongous garden, and we actually ended up taking it down to this smaller size because it was just more than we could handle. As you can see, we have a half weed garden. Half of it is legitimately weeds, and half of it is beautifully landscaped, which we did during the first summer of COVID when we were all at home, and it was an amazing blessing to be able to do this as a family and to really create some structure in the garden. So all of the plants in this garden are only 2 years old. They're still baby plants and they're still coming in, and honestly, I'm still figuring out how to be a gardener. So let's take a look at the vegetable area first. This year we combined potted plants with our raised bed plants, and it's amazing how fast the vegetables grow. This versus this is only 10 days apart, and honestly I am really learning what can fit in a raised bed. FYI, this squash should not have gone in a raised bed, and what should be put into the ground. And this year is kind of an experiment year, and we've really enjoyed just kind of playing with the garden, planting some different things than we've ever planted before. I let Addie participate in the planting, which means that many of the rows are scattered and there's bald spots, but that's okay because that's all a part of learning to grow food. This is the same bed as this about a week later. We definitely planted some of these too close together, but we're going to start pulling out the radishes and harvesting some of them so that the other ones have room to grow. We're learning. It's a learning process, and it's fun along the way. I wouldn't say that's too bad, though. We have a lot more to pick. The lettuce is doing well. If you are a beginner gardener, lettuce is a must-have. It's so easy. Even I can't mess it up. We have enjoyed so much bounty from our lettuce, from our radishes. We have grown asparagus all 4 years because that was actually planted by the previous owners and is a perennial, and it's yummy. We also have 8 baby blueberry plants that are just this year producing for the first time in 2 years. And now let's head over to the flowers. This plant is called Geum, and it's a stunner. It has super robust blooms. I have it in both orange and red. My red one is just an itty bitty baby plant I planted last fall, and I really love the show that it puts on. Now we have a fenced area, and you'd think that that would be for the rabbits and for the deer, but no, it's for my cats, but they don't care. And here he is. We also have just enjoyed a new variety of plants that I've never really planted before, kind of playing around with the garden, what works well, like the catmint and the Shasta daisies, and we have some columbine, and we have some masquerade and some sedum and lots of coneflowers, boxwood. We have a beautiful variety of perennials, which is what I tend to stick to because I'm just not up for planting annuals every single year. Perennials also tend to withstand my very poor watering schedule as well. I'm not very good with roses, but I do have a beautiful video all about how to care for roses that I did last year. You can check out from my mother, who has an absolutely incredible rose garden. I will link it for you in the description. I also have a tutorial for how we laid this flagstone pathway and how we did the wood raised garden bed in the back, all without tools, and I will link those for you as well. And here comes our tour guide to head over to the barn. This is Oak. We have Oak and Bullseye. They are new to us just this year. We got them in January, and they are so sweet. The best cats ever, even though they are a bit pesky in the garden. I planted some perennials in my pots around the barn, which I love to do because then I can transplant them into the ground in the fall. And I'm not necessarily losing money by buying annuals, even though annuals produce an amazing, colorful show all season long, and perennials don't. So I like to stick to things like lavender or hostas, which will do really well in pots and will bloom all summer long. And bonus, lavender is drought tolerant, which is even better for me. Here is a little 360 so you can see in relation from the barn, the house, and the garden, and this is our main living area. Everything else is basically wooded on our property. Up by the fire pit, my husband and son did this really cool rustic bench. They found that piece of tree trunk in the woods, took it out, cleaned it up, and added some stumps from a fallen tree to create a little rustic bench for our fire pit area. And now let me take you up to that back deck. If you caught a glimpse of this back deck when we were down below, you noticed that I had egg chairs on this before. But we found that we wanted to bring those over to the cottage where you will see them shortly. And so instead I got a resin outdoor patio set to put up here. It does not have cushions, which is key because we are completely surrounded by trees and the pollen and the sticks and the leaves, and the wetness from being in a forest really deteriorates cushions very quickly. And so I wanted a set that had no cushions, would stand up to the weather, but still be comfortable and look really pretty, especially against our black exterior. I really like how this space came together. It's extremely simple, no fuss, nothing hard to take care of, no outdoor rugs to get messed up. I'm loving the simplicity. Sometimes it's about practicality more than pretty. In this video, you get a bonus 2 homes in 1 outdoor tour. This is the Haven Cottage. If you have missed the renovations that we have been doing at our cottage, I will link them for you in the description as well. This is our summer cottage, which will also soon be an Airbnb up for rental. We have been working all spring and summer long to make improvements, to fix things that were issues, and to just make sure it is the best spot for you to come and enjoy and just have some peace and have some quiet and be a really enjoyable, comfortable space. Up on the back deck, we have a mix of outdoor eating, entertaining area, as well as a comfortable seating area, and really, it's just all about those views. I mean, it's about the views. We decided to keep that tiki type umbrella, even though we've been told multiple times that it looks like Cousin It. just because it adds a little bit of character and charm. I don't know. It's kind of growing on me. What do you guys think? Keep or take away? This seating area is perfect around our gas fire pit, and then down below where you see the s'more station, we also have a wood burning fire pit that overlooks the lake. And these egg chairs are actually my favorite. We took them from our home over to the cottage because I wanted to be able to sit in the most comfort as possible and look out over the water and enjoy morning coffee and just really enjoy relaxing in this space. Make sure and hit that subscribe button, and you can sign up for my Grace Notes newsletter to find out when the cottage goes up for rent on Airbnb. I hope that you enjoyed the tour of our property. We love this space, especially in summer. Michigan summers are the best. It's definitely the season that I look forward to most every year. And I have a ton of resources that I'd like to offer you as well today. I have all kinds of low maintenance landscaping tips. I have 20 different ways that you can do low cost outdoor living ideas so that you can kind of have like an outdoor entertaining area, but also just backyard living space. I have lots of resources on how to create zones within your outdoor spaces. And so I just want to offer all of those resources to you in one easy to find place. You can find the link to download all of these right in the description. Make sure and check that out and you can get a copy for yourself. Thanks so much for touring our property today. I hope that you enjoyed a look at our land, and I hope that you just felt kind of welcome here and that it was a place where you can enjoy as much as we do. Make sure and hit that subscribe button, ring the bell for notification. Stay tuned for the next video.